All right. Welcome everybody to the Grand Experiment. This is our first in-person event or in-person / online hybrid event since pre-COVID. So I'm glad that you are all here and like all entrepreneurs, we're participating in a grand experiment. Okay, so we've been around since the last century. Our first VANTEC meeting was back in April 1999. And since then, we've really grown our membership. We're almost well over 150. We're practically close to 200. And we've had almost 3,000 companies presenting at VANTEC since 1999. And a good number of them have received investments. So what about these investments? Okay, we got some data. In 2020, 87 companies received 14.6 million. We have 95 companies who have received 8.2 million in the first half of 2021. And the data is just coming in for the last half of 2021. So we're very data driven, just like a lot of you entrepreneurs are. We're supported by NRC, IRAP, NACO, and ACA. They all require data. And we use this data for policy and ways of petitioning for more supports in our ecosystem. We have a number of funds that are very active in our ecosystem, and these are just two of them, eFund and WoodIF. And you can see that they've made quite a few investments and really have supported the local ecosystem over the past decade or more. To be part of this group, we do offer memberships. So we have an online membership at $300 per year, and it's only 12 months. And you get this recorded meeting, company profiles, and a pay per event because you get this recording after the event is done. Or you can go for the full meal deal at a full membership, $600 per year. You get all of the benefits of online membership, plus you get to bring guests, you get to attend the pre-screening. There is a Slack channel. There's lots of stuff that you could do. And if you happen to be a member of a partner group or fund like WoodIF or eFund, your full membership privileges are actually only $400. New for 2022, we're experimenting, not only experimenting for this hybrid, but we're also experimenting on other formats for the year. We're offering deep dives. So the 5 full presenters that you will see today will get a free meeting room at Venture Labs for their deep dives. Oh, it looks like we did a bit of a typo. It's actually March 9th will be the deep dives. Check the website, vantec.ca, for more details. We're also offering office hours online. You just have to email info@vantec.ca and we will respond to your requests. And hybrid meetings, well, starting March 2nd, which is today. So I really thank all of you for your patience, because this is the first time that we're holding our hybrid meeting. Lots of things that we're going to learn today. So when we do this event survey feedback, please let us have it. We just want to know what we can do better, because this is our first time. We're going to all learn together. So thank you very much for learning along with us. After all this, the people who are on site, and there are a good number of you, we're going to be having some bites and beverages and some in-person networking. Want to thank our annual sponsors, Fasken, Tandem, SFU Venture Labs, Western Pacific Trust Company, TD Bank, Invest Ventures, Raymond James, OKR Financial, and Go Recruitment. We have a number of community partners, eFund, WoodIF, Front Funder, Tandem, Volition, Spring, Keiretsu, Rocket Builders, ACA, and NACO. Our agenda today is that we're going to start with the investor meeting with community announcements, followed by company presentations, And we will have our networking. And those of you who are here in person live will get to eat and drink. All right, speaking of community announcements, I'm going to hand it over to Dave Thomas from SFU Venture Labs.
Great, thank you very much, Dalzell. I'd like to welcome everybody back to Venture Labs. It's been 2 years, so it has been a full 2 years since companies have come here in person for the VANTEC Angel Network. We're very pleased to have everybody return. We anticipate having a number of in-person or hybrid events running out of Venture Labs, lots of space for everybody. And one thing I wanted to relay on to everybody, especially a lot of the companies, is that we are recruiting companies again. There's opportunities to be a community member and access a lot of our programs. There's also an opportunity to be sort of more of a resident company and spend time in the offices, use the hot desking area, or have dedicated office space. So if you're interested, Leslie Duncan and myself will be here today. You can also apply via our website. There's a whole series of information pages on the Venture Labs website explaining what is included in membership, and very happy to talk to anybody about it at any time. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, now we're going to ask Jackson Wu to talk a bit about the SUV program.
Thank you very much, Dalzell. We have our Startup Visa program that is welcoming foreign entrepreneurs, and they're coming in good speed. We actually, if you want to go to our next event, which will be purely online over Zoom, the invite will be sent later in the evening. It's for our preview event companies. That is 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. So once again, that's 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. The invite will be sent over the email, and it'll be for a Zoom online session. You get to hear some of the best and the greatest foreign companies that are coming to Canada. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Jackson. Now, I believe we have people online that want to give some community announcements. I believe we had Andrew from Tandem. Andrew, are you on the line? This is your chance.
Yep, I'm here. All right, so hi everybody. My name is Andrew. I'm supporting VANTEC community since 2020, and thanks to the support of the NRC IRAP through their amazing grant opportunities, I was able to support almost 90 companies so far to go through investor readiness program. So for those of you who are fully presenting today, you might have received an email from me giving you an opportunity to work together, courtesy of NRC IRAP, and to help you go to the next level in terms of your fundraising. Finally, at Tandem, we are a group of fractional CFOs who have experience in raising funding for startups, and we ourselves has a very entrepreneurial background as well. So looking forward to connect with every one of you here.
Thank you very much, Andrew. That was Tandem Innovations, which is one of our sponsors of VANTEC. Do we have any other sponsors on the line that want to say anything? Just put your hand up and we will recognize you. All right, it looks like we're done with the community sponsors. Take a look at our website, vantec.ca, and you will see a list of all of our sponsors. Okay, back to sharing our screen. We are growing, we're hiring. So VANTEC is looking for, have a couple of positions, community manager, and I believe that we may have just filled our administrative assistant position for the Startup Visa program, but please send an email to info@vantec.ca if you know anybody who would be interested to join our team. We have a number of upcoming events, both for the investors and community. Just again, take a look at vantec.ca, click on to today's event, and you will see the details of the different investor and community events. Okay, we really would appreciate your feedback. Today is the first time that we're doing this grand experiment of a hybrid meeting. So the event survey is really important to us, especially on today. Of course, we always have the preview update votes when we are doing our 90-second previews and updates. There will be online survey. So those of you who are on site, you will see the QR codes on the tables. And so take a peek at that and vote. If you want to go old school, we do have paper versions of the feedback forms, of the preview votes. And of course, we always have online the link to do online votes. Then after all the presentations are done, we will be having breakout rooms. More on that in a bit. After the presentations, each Angel sponsor will facilitate the Q&A in their sponsored full presenting room in their own breakout rooms. And we have a lot of the companies here in person, live, in their own breakout rooms. And some of them will also have their breakout Q&A in their online. And if you take a look at the vantec.ca website, again, the breakout rooms are listed, and I will repeat what the rooms later on at the end, but just if you want a little bit of a sneak peek, Ladybug Robotics is in Bowen 1102, ZILA Works is in Dias 1118 and 19. Automates is in the Keats room 1103, ilumin.ai is in Texada room 1109, and Machinery Analytics is in Hornby 1125. Don't worry if you didn't get it all right now. I'll repeat this after all the presentations are done. We are going to conduct the breakout rooms in person and online, just as we did fully online. We'll have 2 cycles of 10 minutes each. And then after that, everybody returns to the common room, whether it's in person or online. And we'll do random room pairing if you happen to be online, but those of you who are in person will eat and drink. House rules. Please mute yourself when not presenting. Phone and computer notifications off when presenting and networking. Network, make new connections. No soliciting unless you're presenting entrepreneur. And please identify yourself if you are on Zoom as a company, investor, or community member. Entrepreneurs, network is your best strategy. Network, because you're going to be meeting a lot of people, get their contact information, keep your Gus profile up to date, invite people that you to your follow-on meetings and demos. Now, VANTEC will support you. We share your recorded pitch and Gus with all of our members. And we're also a major participant in the Pacific Northwest Investor Angel Groups, which we are the only Canadian member, but we get a lot of back and forth and sharing with our American counterparts. Lots of ways to connect with us and with each other. Gus Doxan is one of them. We have investors and sponsors can network on Slack. Investors can offer contact information on the company feedback forms, which will be given online. And also, if you happen to be on site, there's that QR code on the tables in front of you. And we have old school paper. Investors can attend the deep dives next week. Deep dives next week will be details shared during our meeting on Slack. We have guidelines. Please share your feedback with VANTEC to help improve your experience. For the companies that will be doing the deep dives, again, check the VANTEC website, vantec.ca, for the details of the company. So you can contact the companies directly for your invitation to the deep dive. And some of them will be conducting their deep dives in person as well. So another grand experiment next week. It might be hybrid, it might be all online, it might be in person. Check with the companies. And connect and contact with us. Lots of different ways. Our social media links, as well as info@vantec.ca. Now with that, let's start with the first 90-second presentation. We have 6 of them today. First up is OnTraccr Technologies. OnTraccr.
All right. Hi, everyone. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yep, we can see.
Awesome. All right, hi everyone. I'm Syed from OnTraccr. Construction is one of the oldest and largest industries in history, yet the industry is still managing projects using outdated and inefficient methods. This includes things like paper and spreadsheets or outdated project management software. All of these tools are based on manual data entry, and this is costing companies a lot of time and money in productivity losses every single week. This is where OnTraccr comes in. We're introducing the industry to a specialized form of workflow automation software that has been designed specifically around the complex use cases in construction. With OnTraccr, companies can automate their project management workflows and minimize the amount of manual data entry needed. I last presented at VANTEC shortly after we launched our first paid beta just last quarter. And since then, we've experienced some amazing growth. We've nearly doubled our customer base, secured some key strategic partnerships, and have seen increased interest from the enterprise segment of the market. Our revenues have also steadily been growing every single month. We have a strong team here at OnTraccr with founders that have both startup and construction experience, and we have advisors from some of the largest construction companies in North America. So we're poised and ready to tackle this red hot construction tech space head on. We're just about to open up our pre-seed round of funding, which will buy us 12 months of runway to help us expand our team, continue to grow revenue, and secure our seed round by next year. So if you're interested in learning more about us or our upcoming round, please give me a shout. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is BrainAhead. Is BrainAhead there?
Coming in.
Great, let's have you share your screen.
There we go. Can everyone see? Whoops.
Yes.
Okay. Hello and welcome. I'm Rondi Schaus and I'm the CEO of BrainAhead. BrainAhead is an online learning resource for K-5 classrooms that supports all students, especially those who need help due to physical, cognitive, or emotional challenges. These problems are growing and they are brain-based. The opportunity for us is the education sector. Not only are educators recognizing that many problems experienced by students are brain-based, but also these problems can be addressed within a classroom. Teachers, administrators, and curriculum directors are actively seeking learning resources that are affordable, have demonstrated effectiveness, and are easy to implement. Unlike traditional approaches such as one-to-one tutoring, physiotherapy, counseling, or social emotional programs, BrainAhead defines a new and untapped product category. We are the first program based on clinical neurology and applied to a class setting. Our research study completed in 2021 showed that using BrainAhead decreased symptoms of inattention, hyperactivity, and ADHD. And finally, our senior team has deep educational, scientific, and K-12 market expertise. We're seeking $750,000 to complete our funding raise and to expand across Canada and the US. We're also looking for potential sales, marketing, and research partnerships. And we're especially interested in investors who share our vision of helping each child reach their full potential. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to connecting with you later on.
Thank you very much, BrainAhead. Our next 90-second pitch comes from PrecisionOS. PrecisionOS.
Hi there. Thank you, everybody. So my name is Danny Coyle. I'm CEO and founder of PrecisionOS, a data-driven metaverse that enables safe medical device adoption towards improved patient outcomes. We started the company because we know this to be true. Patients suffer at the hand of the unprepared and inexperienced. An example of this is shown here. This was an X-ray of a young boy treated by a surgeon in practice who's been in practice for 25 years, who put the pin in the wrong place. A trainee who then saw the patient, practiced in our software, and then did the case by himself correctly. The reason this happens is because there's no good model of scalable hands-on training for surgeons. These are the current models, which include labs, expensive simulators, and patient practice. So what we've created is an evidence-based validated surgical teaching platform shown here. You can see how realistic it is. This is my voice, and I'm walking through how I would position the patient and actually perform the procedure in virtual reality. Our current traction is we have 7 of the largest medical device companies as customers, including Stryker, 50 of the world's institutional partners. Some of the names include Duke, Yale, and Mayo Clinic. Our software has been used in 46 countries, 600 cities, and we've trained over 4,000 healthcare providers, done 15,000 hands-on sessions and 400 remote collaboration sessions. Thank you. Oh, I missed a slide. So timing is everything. We're raising a Series A right now to grow our team, which to drive sales and marketing as well as R&D in this space. We have patented software, which has both approval from FDA and Health Canada. And we have a triple bottom line approach because we care about people, not only in the company as well as around the world, profits. And then of course, with our metaverse, we minimize the carbon footprint, therefore caring for the planet. Please contact me if you have any further questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PrecisionOS. Our next 90-second pitch comes from Cerevent Technologies. Cerevent?
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
Cerevent, would you like to give up your space to the next company?
Yes, for a while.
Okay, well, AIMA, you're up then. We'll go back to Cerevent after AIMA.
Okay, perfect. 3 years ago, I was curled up on the bathroom floor with sharp and stabbing pain in my back, abdomen, and legs. It was so bad, I couldn't walk, eat, or even sleep. For 22 years, this has been my period. Sadly, I'm not alone. 90% of menstruators experience moderate to severe pain equivalent to a heart attack. This has an immediate negative impact on the quality of life, forcing 41% of menstruators to miss work or school. Current treatment options like NSAIDs, hormones, and opioids are not fully effective and have serious side effects like stomach ulcers, strokes, addiction, and even death. But AIMA is transforming the way period pain is managed by developing a new generation of pain management systems. AIMA's patent-pending vaginal lens looks like a contact lens and provides safe and effective pain management by delivering CBD and other therapeutics locally to the vagina. We have a proprietary formulation that is in the final stages of optimization and getting ready for preclinical testing. We're seeking 500Ks so we can continue with clinical development studies to ensure the safety and efficacy of our vaginal lens, unlike our competitors. So join us to empower 80 million North American menstruators to manage their period pain with freedom and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AIMA.
And I'm ready.
Back to you, Cerevent. Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
20 seconds. Yeah, let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes.
All right. So good morning. My name is Jake. I'm a 10-year seasoned technology veteran and entrepreneur with a combined education here from UBC and HEC Paris. And I'm here with my co-founder, Louis, from France, who is also from HEC Paris and an event technologist with 9 years of events experience. Today, we are presenting to you Cerevent. To start off, how many of you have missed your family's birthdays because of COVID, travel restrictions, or because it was just too expensive to travel on their end? Well, we're here to alleviate that solution.
Unlike Zoom or Google Meets, we are not an emotionless business meeting platform, but an event experience one to reconnect families and friends regardless of the location.
With our solution, we make your events special, memorable, and personalized. So you can virtualize gift giving or even give hosts games and events, such as for gender reveal parties. We even have personalized invitations, like for weddings, but we're doing it virtually.
On the market side, in 2021, the virtual event market worth $114 billion worldwide, in which North America represents 40% of it alone. Now, just imagine how many people spend on gift and on event leisure per annum. There is a huge obtainable market here.
Our team is focused on making virtual events easy, personable, and memorable. With your help as partners to collaborate with resources for developers and marketing, we'll be able to connect families together and build memories that last forever. Thank you very much.
Nice recovery. Thanks, Cerevent.
Thank you.
StayBusy. is our final 90-second pitch. Stay busy. Are you there?
Great. So hi, everyone. My name is Carter Olive. I'm the CEO of StayBusy, and I'm here looking for $250,000 under a safe agreement for an 80% discount on shares at a $5 million valuation cap. So who are we? We are StayBusy, and we're helping homeowners find qualified trades professionals. Look at the market opportunity in the construction space. Since the pandemic started, the demand for service professionals has increased by over 101% month over month. Everyone is offering these handyman solutions, but where's the solution for the real pros? Unlike TaskRabbit and Thumbtack, who offer these sorta pro handyman solutions, we're providing a Google Maps style solution for educated trades professionals in plumbing, painting, roofing, electrical, just to name a few. Now, restrictions are lifting and construction is going full blast. The time to launch this app is now. As you can see by our traction, just in 60 days, we're almost doing $100,000 in recurring revenue. We've got over 1,200 contractors already signed up, eager and ready to go. And you're probably looking at this traction and asking, where do we go from here next? So what do we do next? Well, we're hoping to generate this cash flow to double down on our traction and take action. Next slide here, I hope that you can see it, is carter@staybusy.ca. Please shoot me an email if you enjoyed these 90 seconds and let's extend it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Those of us in the room, we can give a big applause to the 6 pitches of 90 seconds. And take a look in your chat. You will see a link to a form which you can choose your favorite 90 seconds. Those of you who are here live, take a look in front of you. There should be a QR code where you can use to choose your favorite 90-second pitch. And if all else fails, we do have old school paper available. So we'll get you guys all settled that way. The reason for these 90-second pitches is that they're often the first time that they're introduced to our VANTEC community, or they may have pitched to VANTEC before, and now they're giving us an update and they just want to tell us a little bit more about what they're up to because they might be doing another raise. In any case, choose your favorite 90-second pitch and we will invite the top scorers to a pre-screening session where we will choose who will be full presenters. Now, speaking of full presenters, we've got 5 today. And Frank Lefflar is the angel sponsor for our first full presenter, Ladybug Robotics. Frank, why don't you come online and tell us why we should all be paying attention to Ladybug Robotics?
Yes, thank you, Thazel. And I'm actually here at Venture Labs, so I'm sharing Honey's laptop and talking to you from there. So I've met Honey about 6 months ago. He has a strong background in artificial intelligence and machine learning from previous companies, including Uber. And he's solving a problem that I'm passionate about, and that is automation in the vineyards in agriculture. And his team has, in a very short time, put together a robot and started paid trials with wineries in British Columbia to validate their technology that's specifically focused on trimming with opportunities in other areas. So I'd like to hand it over to Honey here. He's got a strong team. I like the space, and clearly, as we hear today, labor is a big problem in agriculture, and he's helping solve that for the business owners of these companies.
Thank you so much, Frank. It has been a pleasure working with you and continuing to work with you. So, hi everyone, great to be here, and thank you again, Frank. We're automating manual labor in agriculture. As Frank mentioned, there is a huge labor shortage in agriculture. And the labor force, the workforce that we have is aging, and it's not being replaced by the young folks who don't want to work in agriculture, actually. Currently, 1 in 4 job posting is in agriculture, remains empty, vacant, and by the end of the decade, about 30% of the job postings will remain vacant. The demand for crop is increasing, but the availability of labor is decreasing. We're picking vineyards as our beachhead market, and the reason is that grape has the highest area under harvest compared to any other fruit worldwide, and most of the wineries in the world are actually in high-income countries, including US, France, Italy, Australia, Spain. And there's huge need for labor throughout the year for vineyards and other specialty crops. We're picking a special application, a very niche application to begin with, and that is vineyard pruning. That's a task that is done during the 3 to 4 months of winter. It's a very repetitive task, very expensive task for wineries. It is off season, and there's huge potential for automation because it's repetitive, and a computer vision algorithm and a robotic arm can potentially do a great job doing that. A robot that can do pruning can do many other things in vineyards, including tying, spraying, shoot thinning, crop thinning, eventually harvest as well. The potential is basically throughout the year, automation of several tasks in vineyards, but we start with pruning as our niche beachhead application and grow from there. Through that, we'd be able to basically collect a lot of data for these wineries and improve the yield and quality of wine and grape. We're looking at a $7 billion beachhead market just by pruning, most of which are in high-income countries. And from there, all the other tasks that I mentioned, automatable tasks in vineyards, they constitute a $24 billion market. Beyond that, we can actually grow from there to other fruits, all of which pretty much require pruning and other tasks throughout the year, giving us access to more than $100 billion market. We start by presenting our robot as a service to vineyards. Right now, cost of pruning is about $1,000, $700 to $1,000 per acre. We come in and present our robot to do the same thing at a discounted rate. Eventually, we'll move to a hardware subscription model so that basically there would be a very small upfront cost plus subscription for different tasks, pruning plus harvest plus many other things will require a different tier of subscription. And eventually through the aggregate data collection, we can optimize the yield for these wineries. The main competitor for us is human labor, a diminishing market, which basically is the market that we're trying to disrupt. There are a number of other farm equipment manufacturers that automate other aspects of labor, like spraying, basically machine operation, none of which basically propose a solution for high dexterity problems like pruning in vineyards. In the past 4 or 5 months, we have built a prototype. We have 2 provisional patents. We're turning actually one of them into a full patent application. And we have partnerships with some of the top brands in BC, including some of the top wineries in the Vancouver region and in British Columbia, to collect data and make the robot more autonomous in the future. The goal for this year for us is to improve our AI and hardware and build more robots, gradually improving the autonomy so that in 2 years, we can actually tackle more tasks in addition to pruning, the task that I mentioned in the previous slide. And in about 4 years, we want to grow beyond grapes and into other specialty fruits that I mentioned here. Frank mentioned my background in robotics. This is my second startup, my co-founder as well. He has built 5 or 6 different autonomous robots, including agricultural robots, humanoid robots, and security robots in the past. And we have the honor to work with Frank and other advisors as well. We're raising $700,000 in this round, in a pre-seed round at $5 million pre-money cap and 15% discount in order to build 3 robots and deliver on the paid pilots that we have in the pipeline. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hani. That was Ladybug Robotics. Take a look in the chat. You'll see a link to give some feedback to Hani. And those of you who are on site, yes, those QR codes. It is a company feedback form, so take a look at that. If you want to, and besides the QR codes, if you want to find out more about Ladybug Robotics, they are in Bowen Room 1102 during the breakout session. Next up is ZILA Works, and Joby Titus is the angel sponsor for ZILA. So Joby, you're up, and let us know why we should be paying special attention to ZILA Works.
Well, thank you very much. Hello to everybody on the call. My name is Joby Titus, and I am the lead investor for the current round at ZILA. I spent my entire career in aerospace, investment banking, and commercial finance, so have admittedly been lagging on my focus to sustainability. But it wasn't until I had kids that I could no longer avoid the paradox of investing in historical problems while hoping for a different future. I've known Jason for a long time, and he's always been extremely passionate about sustainability and has come up with a much needed solution to the extractive-based manufacturing that we have currently. In my humble opinion, the team that he's put together is the perfect blend of startup energy, entrepreneurial strategy, and triple bottom line focus. And with that, I will turn over to Jason Perkel, co-founder and CEO at ZILA.
Well, thank you, Joey, for that warm introduction. I will grab the screen. At ZILA Works, we're creating a new industrial bioplastic. We have traction in the marketplace. The largest snowboard manufacturer in the world and the largest wind turbine manufacturer want to use our technology in their products to reduce their carbon footprint. My name is Jason Perkel, CEO of ZILA Works. I'm here today seeking $470,000 US to close our current round. Epoxy resins are in everything. They're an important building block for plastic composites, like the blades of a wind turbine or the body of a car. They're also used as glues, foams, and coatings, such as those used to seal concrete flooring. But traditional epoxies are made from petroleum and have a heavy carbon footprint. This is a crazy paradox. Even though we're switching to renewable energy solutions, electrifying our vehicles, and making our buildings more sustainable, we're still relying on petroleum-based materials. We have a solution. ZILA Works created a patented bio-epoxy resin. Our resin is a drop-in replacement for traditional epoxies used to make industrial plastics. This product would be a game changer to reduce the carbon footprint for product manufacturers. Our process uses vegetable oils like hemp seed and linseed oil, and using specific formulations creates an epoxy replacement for a number of different applications. ZILA Works has been working with a third-party lifecycle assessment partner to learn the true potential of our technology. With increased volume production and optimization, we have a clear path to a low carbon footprint, a 60% reduction compared to petroleum-based epoxies, and your investment can help us get there. Here's how our business model works. ZILA Works purchases pressed seed oil from farmers in Alberta, where industrial hemp benefits from over 2 decades of maturity. We contract with a toll manufacturer to use our patented technology to convert the hemp seed oil into a bioepoxy resin. We bring those base resins in-house to formulate for specific applications, and then we sell our resin system to our product partners as a drop-in solution. Our target cost of goods sold is $8 to $9 a kilogram, and we anticipate selling our resin for $15 a kilogram wholesale, on par with other bioepoxies currently on the market. The ski and snowboard industry are the ideal early adopters who can give us rapid feedback and help us demonstrate viability in demanding real-world environments. That industry is quick to adopt new technologies, they have high margins, and they require high performance standards. These early adopters will help us scale to the mid-size market, specifically the floor coating industry. Serving those mid-sized customers helps us to increase production capacity to reach larger market segments, global manufacturers in sustainable energy production and transportation. We have a number of companies across several market segments who are waiting for samples of our bioepoxy resin. However, ZILA Works is focused on mastering the outdoor industry first. We passed prototype testing with Burton, and we're gathering on-snow testing data with Burton and other ski manufacturers right now. We're under MOU with Burton for a 100 snowboard paid pilot with resin delivery expected in April. We anticipate them placing their first purchase order in 2023. Over the next year, we'll be delivering samples and setting up paid pilots with a number of other outdoor manufacturers. As I mentioned, our primary focus is the outdoor industry. It may be the peak of the mountain, but it represents a $100 million market opportunity. We have a strong and diverse team to meet the challenges of commercializing this disruptive innovation. I'd like to lift up our CTO, Dr. Jeff Gautreaux, who has commercialized over $80 million in plastic technologies for companies such as IBM and AbleStick, as well as our COO, Evan Boucher, who has taken ideas from napkin to full-scale production, including 2 outdoor equipment manufacturing facilities and a hemp harvesting equipment product line. Myself, I have been working in sustainable development for over 15 years, assembling and managing highly effective teams. We're currently raising $1 million US using a conventional convertible note. We're more than halfway closed on the round. These funds will allow us to complete our 100 snowboard paid pilot with Burton, increase our resin production capacity, and expand our sales and marketing team. In the last 3 months, ZILA Works has been awarded 5 grants totaling approximately $570,000 US for ongoing R&D. We are just named one of the top 50 most investable clean tech ventures by Foresight Canada, and we have been recognized around the globe for our innovative technology that reduces the carbon footprint for materials critical to a net zero future. I look forward to answering your questions in the breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. So for the breakout rooms, you'll see ZILA Works online and also in the dais room 1118. So let's welcome the next full presenter. But before that, take a look at the chat. You will see the link to give some feedback to ZILA Works. Don't be shy, put your contact information if you're interested in them so that they can contact you. And for those of you who are on site here live in Venture Labs, use that QR code. Next up is Automates, and Tom Hooton will be is their angel sponsor. So Tom, tell us about Automates.
Yes. Hello, all. My name is Tom Hooton, and I'm an advisor to Automates and a longtime software development veteran. I met Zasp, the CEO, 2.5 years ago and was immediately impressed. But still, when he first discussed his Automates vision with me, it seemed wildly ambitious, despite making a lot of sense. He wanted to create a marketplace to make new auto purchases one-click easy, and thereby disrupt the car dealership industry. I was skeptical. Undaunted, Zas put together a brilliant team to tackle the big tech problem as he crystallized his business plan. Over time, I witnessed the creation of a scalable marketplace and watched as the first dealerships eagerly joined his beta trials. Most remarkable, though, in my eyes, was how his team managed to simplify the dizzying complexity into a simple, intuitive user interface that even my mother could understand. Automates is no longer a wild ambition. It's the next inevitable industry disruption. And with this, I present Automates.
Hi, everyone. Okay, everyone. Well, my name's Jason, and I'm here to share a little secret with you today. Buying a new car sucks. It's a terrible experience. Now, my partner, Zach here, he brought this revelation to me about a year and a half ago. And the reason he came to me is I was selling cars in the automotive industry for the last 11 years. And I laughed. I said, Zach, yeah, it's actually really brutal for car dealerships too. He said, look, I just want to go to one site, find a bunch of discounted prices on new vehicles. I want to not share my personal information, and I want to have that happen quick, and I don't want to pay anything. What site is that? I said, yeah, that makes sense. That site doesn't exist. I know what you're thinking. No, it must exist. It literally doesn't exist in North America. So we sat down and we started brainstorming together. I have the experience in the automotive industry. Zach has the experience as a full stack developer. We realized there's a massive opportunity here to figure out how to solve the problem. So after figuring out what the pain points were for the consumers and the dealerships, we created Automates. We created a website for customers that generates the top 3 deals in the city within an hour for free and allows them to communicate with the dealerships entirely anonymously. For dealerships, we had to create an integrated SaaS platform that allows them to respond to these inquiries in less than 30 seconds, something that normally takes 10 or 20 minutes. And they speak to customers who actually want to speak to them based on a pre-negotiated number they've already shown the customer on inventory they actually have. Once we identified these pain points, we needed to see if dealerships would buy it. So Zach and I have started going to dealerships after we created a prototype. Once we created this prototype, not only did dealerships in the Lower Mainland enroll, but we had to prevent any more from enrolling because we couldn't handle it. We enrolled 30% of the available market pre-launch with a prototype, which is 35 stores locally. They're all currently on signed contracts, and we charge dealerships, not consumers, $600 a month, plus an additional $100 per appointment they book through the software. Now, at this point, we knew that customers want it and dealerships want it. We had to see if we could bill it. And that's where Zach and his phenomenal team building expertise come in. We went to Warren, an Amazon developer, and Anton, a Google senior director, and we asked them, is it possible? And they both agreed, well, we know why it hasn't been built yet. It's going to be extremely technically challenging, but it's possible. Not only did they love the idea, Warren actually decided to come on as our head of tech. Now, we realized why this hadn't been done. We would have to create an integrated dealership, integrate with dealership softwares, dealership CRMs, manufacturer incentives, create a car configurator, a private chat, and automate the entire system. Not only that, but we had to create the SaaS platform, the backend having testing itself regularly to make sure there's no bugs. And the platform would have to be distributed so that at a snap of a finger, we could launch this thing North America wide. We've now done all of those things. Now, as you can see here, the next thing we did is we went to a professional marketing agent to make sure that we had market viability. Not only did we have market viability, but we became profitable in Q2 of 2023, and we're looking at a recurring revenue annually in 24 of almost $300 million. Now, at this point, we knew it was time to start building. Zach hired a very diverse team of young go-getters, and we decided to start building. At that point, we had our first raise. That raise was specifically from automotive CEOs and dealership owners. We're currently raising $800,000 to secure a beachhead in Vancouver, which will then propel us forward to the rest of Canada and North America. $100,000 of that is already spoken for, and $300,000 is on reserve for our initial investors. Now, as an investor, you're going to ask yourself, where do I make money? As you can see, if you invest with us now in 2023, you get 10x. If we exit in 24, 100x, and the following. Our dream, of course, as entrepreneurs is to take our company all the way to IPO, but we're more than happy to ensure that everyone makes money along the way if acquisition comes up from one of the massive names in the industry. Thank you so much for your time, and we're looking forward to your questions.
Thank you very much, Automates. Thank you very much, Automates. Everybody take a look at the chat function. You will see the link there to give company feedback. And of course, those of you who are in the room, you know what to do. Take a look at that QR code and give them your honest opinion. Don't be shy. Give them your contact information so that they can contact you and tell you more. Automates is here, and they are in the Keats room 1103 for the breakout session. Next up is Illumini, and Paul Broussard is here to tell us about Illumini. Why should we pay attention to Illumini, Paul?
Indeed. Good to see everybody. Thank you, Thalzel. Yes, so hi, everybody. It's Paul here from Volition. So I've had the extreme honor of getting to work with Friedrich over the past while, Friedrich and Chris particularly on the team. I'm personally continually impressed by their, I'm going to call it brilliance. Maybe I'm building it up too much, but I think they're just brilliant fellows. They continually show me how they can execute, get it done. The ability to overcome challenges and figure out new solutions to challenges that haven't been solved yet. And ultimately being able to work with them and the extreme coachability, the ability to solve these issues together. So they're a great team. And I think we all know as angel investors, team first is a big perspective. And obviously the business is another great bonus. These guys are building a solution that can save us all in terms of a lot of security challenges, a lot of challenges in the legal world. And so I'm just continually impressed by them. So I'm happy to introduce you to them, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Friedrich because I think you'll be impressed too.
Well, thank you very much. So my name is Friedrich Klaus, and I am the founder and CEO of Illumini. I've built high-performance teams of regulatory and technology consultants for over 20 years. I advise a $45 billion a year advisory firm's global executive board. In 2020, I identified a regulatory shift in Canada that would require 180,000 real estate professionals in Canada to purchase a service which did not exist for them. A client monitoring service that is commonly used by banks and enterprise scale organizations to help them root out fraud is not available for estate agents. I founded Illumini on the back of that idea. Illumini is the world's first KYC monitoring platform that goes one step further than any other service on the market. We monitor the people and the companies that your customers are connected to and what their behavior is and how those relationships affect the risk profiles of your clients. I recruited our CTO, Jesse Latham, to program our platform and run the development team. Jesse has 20 years of product management and software engineering related experience in the fields of banking and payments, sales and marketing, and supply chain traceability. Jesse is a physics graduate from UBC, and his mathematical background was key to building our ML-driven platform. Our CFO, Christopher Moreno, was introduced to us by BDC. Christopher has run the investment fundraising for multiple startup companies and has participated in a number of successful exits. Christopher also has a background in ethics and governance to make sure that we as a firm are acting ethically and fulfilling our responsibilities as global citizens. On June 1st, 2021, FINTRAC, Canada's financial regulator, updated the Proceeds of Crime, Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Act, such that it now requires real estate agents and lenders to continually monitor their clients for suspicious activities. Regulators are trying to stop the over $5 billion per year that is laundered through Vancouver real estate. In July, a real estate broker in Vancouver was fined $255,000 by FINTRAC for not reporting a suspicious transaction by one of their agents that was conducted by a money launderer. Our research shows that compliance with regulations is very poor in real estate, especially in firms of fewer than 25 people. With heavy costs of upwards of $120,000 per year, it's no wonder that small and medium enterprises are taking risks that open themselves up to large fines. Our monthly subscription service continually monitors the clients of our customers while also monitoring the employees of our clients. It updates both agent and managing broker when there is a change to a customer's status. The risk of non-compliance is borne by the broker and the managing agent, but the compliance requirements are executed by the agents themselves. Our system alerts the leadership of our clients to the risk of their agent's client base, allowing them to make informed decisions about the people they choose to do business with and the people they employ. What separates our platform from existing KYC solutions is that our platform goes 2 steps further by actually monitoring the behavior of the companies and people 2 degrees of separations away from your client base. We monitor the people that your customers know and do business with to give you the information you need to adhere to your money laundering regulations. We have LOIs from the Attorney General of British Columbia and the Minister of Public Safety to use our data to aid in the enforcement of money laundering laws. We have an LOI to run a pilot program with a technology firm that issues micro securities to their subscriber base of 6,000 customers. We have started to approach real estate lenders, brokers, and agents to increase our LOI and customer base. RegTech is a massive industry. It's over $7 billion a year. In North America alone, there is a $2 billion market for compliance monitoring. In Canada, our serviceable obtainable market is about $218 million a year in annual subscription from the over 182,000 SMEs in the real estate industry who are customer facing. Our revenue projections are a typical hockey stick. We are basing this on a $100 basic subscription model that elevates to about $500 and $1,000 based on the client. This is all the Canadian market, and revenue from 122,000 in 2022, 720 in 2023, up to 36 million in 2026. The real power of our go-to-market is our ability to leverage compliance and risk to sell our service to one person who will bring multiple customers at a time. We will sell directly to the broker and capture multiple subscriptions by providing a risk reduction solution. At the same time, we'll partner with regulators to provide them an insight into criminal activity in Canadian real estate. We will create a need to buy our service so that realtors know what the regulatory body knows. Our go-to-market is an arms race of information. This is our competition. The x-axis is static to dynamic monitoring. The y-axis is quantity and quality of data feeds. Verif is an ID checking platform with no monitoring. Passport only focuses on HR background checks, and Palantir is much too expensive for SMEs. We're looking to raise $500,000 to refine our machine learning algorithm, enhance our user experience, and acquire the data streams necessary to provide a predictive capability that would make us the first to market and the leader for a new RegTech sector. Thank you very much for your time.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Illumini. You know the deal, everybody. Take a look at the chat function. You will see the link to give the company feedback. Don't be shy. Give your contact information so that you guys can get connected. And those of you who are in the room, take a look at that QR code and do likewise. Fill in your feedback. This feedback is really important to all the companies, and they really value the feedback because this is really early in their journey for fundraising. Finally, our last full presenter is machinery analytics. And we have Colin Harris on the line, who's going to tell us why we should all pay attention to machinery analytics. Colin.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. I'm Colin Harris, co-founder of PMC Sierra and Redland Technologies and many other small companies. And I get the pleasure of introducing Peter Koska to you guys of Machine Analytics. Peter is an accomplished engineer. He had a great career on very complex developments in hardware and software. And he noticed that as big data came in, companies and teams were not taking advantage of it. So he's taken the challenge. He's seen how bad things can go. And he's developed a tool that helps companies use big data, both in design and manufacturing. He's already got some premier clients going in less than a year and a half. With that, I'll leave it to Peter.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Colin. Yes, so we're machinery analytics. Pardon me here. There we go. So as Colin said, I've been in this field for a while, and the last event that really stuck with me and that sort of precipitated machinery analytics is I was leading product design, and we spent 6 months testing an alpha prototype. Then we moved on to beta, and that's when we discovered a problem which forced us right back to the drawing board. We later reviewed the test data from the alpha and found that that problem was there all along. We just didn't have the right software to see it. So we lost nearly a year of overall time because of inadequate tools. Right after that, I started machinery analytics. The basic problem is, how can we be sure that a product has truly been manufactured to meet requirements at all operating points? If we can do this more quickly and have clear, objective test data, then we can get to market faster. Machinery analytics offers a software platform which uses neural networks to quickly and accurately recognize failures from image and telemetry data. So let's look at an example where we want to see if a new battery design contains flaws. Our software provides a secure portal where data can be easily uploaded, where it's then automatically decoded and added to a database. By converting features to quantifiable data, details of battery microstructure can be part of the data set. Customers can then immediately see how a new product compares to expectations, or how process parameters affect battery cell microstructure, and whether certain features in the image have a meaningful impact on performance. Data interrogation tools, including plotting and customizable filters, are provided so that engineers can perform root cause analysis without having to rely on other software. Ultimately, we provide an end-to-end solution to verify product quality and ensure that performance degradation is identified prior to complete assembly. We've already applied the same platform to different types of images encountered in the battery industry, so that we can be sure we're a complete solution to battery manufacturing quality. The market size is very big. Smart manufacturing in batteries is roughly 25 billion. It's growing, and there's intense competition, which is forcing everyone to optimize performance and yield. As an example of exit potential, consider these two companies. PDF Solutions provides manufacturing process optimization for the semiconductor industry. They're publicly traded and their valuation is $1 billion. Landing AI is a startup doing something very similar to us, and they just raised a $50 million Series A in November. Here's what's unique about our product. Our platform is designed for fast deployment, but capable of scaling to handle production level data loads. We use a single tenant architecture to allow fast customization, including integration of legacy systems. The single tenant architecture also reduces access points for cyber attacks. We're actively developing algorithms which are robust in the presence of sensor failures or data interruption. This ensures small anomalies don't force tests to be repeated. We can seamlessly integrate image and telemetry data so that images can be matched to product performance. And because our initial customers are in the battery R&D, we will have the experience with the latest battery technologies. Our software is key to some of the biggest innovators in the world. We have a paid proof of concept with Ambry, Saku, who's developing a state-of-the-art solid-state battery, has been paying monthly user fees since December, while Zentech and Electrovaya are helping us develop tangible IP with funding from Canada's manufacturing supercluster. Our business model is a standard enterprise model with onboarding followed by a monthly subscription. We know there's room to increase this fee structure. We recently responded to an inquiry which was asking for 40 cents per part, which is a $20 million revenue opportunity with just a single company. We're starting with battery innovators. From there, we want to move to mid-sized battery manufacturers and ultimately using the same technology, large battery manufacturers and end users in the automotive sector. Our team has decades of experience, not only in software, but also in engineering, allowing them to truly understand customer needs. We have an innovative product in an exciting sector, so we're able to hire and retain talent. Previous fundraising and existing contracts give us over 12 months of runway for our existing team. We're raising money to get to Series A. Colin Harris, who you've met, and Ali Pejman of Fort Capital are on board for the seed round. We have a working product, we have customers, we have a market niche in the most exciting and fastest growing sector on the planet. We hope you can join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was machinery analytics. Everybody take a look at the chat function for that link to give machinery analytics your feedback. And those of you in the room, use that QR code to do likewise. Give them the feedback, share your contact information. We're going to be starting the breakout rooms soon. But before we do, I'd like to give a thank you to all the presenters and all the investors in the room. I really thank you for participating in this big experiment that we're doing. It's our very first hybrid meeting. Hopefully there weren't that too many glitches that you all noticed, but I'll have to give some props to our team, our VANTEC team, Frank Lefflar, Charles Brooks, Peter Wilkins, Jackson Wu, Wendy Tan, Kathy Mack. They were all hardworking people behind the scenes to try to make this experience really worthwhile for the presenters and the investors. I want to say thank you to all of you. And now we're going to start the breakout rooms.